All right, 7 o'clock, I'd like to call our regular village board meeting to order. Start by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Marevka. Here. Jones.
Here.
March.
Here.
Parker.
This conference will now be recorded.
Did I hear Parker?
Here.
Ham.
Here.
Bowden.
All right, in your packet, minutes from our May 26th regular village board meeting, and also the appropriations public hearing that we had on that day as well. First of all, is there any additions or corrections to the regular village board minutes of May 26th? I just had one down, just a typo when Vicki Moore was talking. You forgot no in her name there. Any other additions or corrections? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the regular village board meeting minutes of May 26, 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Jones, seconded by trustee Marevka.
Jones.
Yes.
Marevka.
Yes.
March.
Yes.
And Bowden. Ham.
Yes.
And Parker.
Yes.
All right, and also there was minutes from our public hearing for the appropriations ordinance. Any additions or corrections to that? If not, a motion to approve.
A motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Ham, seconded by trustee Marevka.
Marevka.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
And Bowden. March.
Yes. Okay, also in your packets, accounts payable and payroll. Payroll pay period ending 5/30/2020 of $47,077.68. Accounts payable from the general fund, $16,605.61. The motor fuel tax fund of $2,914.65, and capital improvement fund of $792.33. Total for all those funds, $20,312.59. Any questions on any of the bills? If not, a motion to approve and pay the bills.
A motion.
Second. Been moved by trustee Marevka, seconded by trustee Ham.
Marevka.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
And March.
Yes. All right, next, a public comment. I know we have a representative from Aqua here. Are you still there?
Yeah, this is Angie, both myself and Tracy are on the call.
Yep.
Okay. I know we had a couple of questions last meeting about the sewer that goes down Corning, and I think you responded, but do you just want to give us a quick update, what you found on that?
Sure. So the question was, what was the age of the sewer system? Can you guys hear me okay?
Perfectly.
Okay. So what was the age, the concern of the age of the sanitary sewer down Corning Avenue with the road work that's anticipated to take place this year? The concern was if it needed to be replaced. So I looked into what the age was, basically talking with our operators from Route 50 to the railroad track. That portion in there, 12-inch main, it's roughly about 80 years old. And then when you go from the railroad track to the west, it ranges from 50 years old to newer. The further west that you go out of town, So a lot of times we can see these mains, they can last well up to 100 plus years, depending on how they're maintained. Some mains, if they're installed incorrectly and not accurately, they will not last as long. So really, there's a lot of factors to consider. But I would expect that this would outlive the life expectancy of your new pavement. And along those lines, if we were to do some repairs or need to do some repairs, there are several options for trenchless excavations and improvements that Corning Avenue, this would be a perfect place for that. So I'm not concerned with the age of the sewer, and if we had to do something, we definitely could do it with minimal excavation. Another question that someone had was the capacity concerns. So most of the main that runs down Corning is a 12-inch. The capacity that 12-inch constructed at minimum guidelines would handle just over 1 million gallons per day. I then calculated what the theoretical flows would be based on house count and what the businesses were contributing to that sewer there on Corning. And we're looking at about 5% of the flow that it could handle. So capacity is not a concern with the customers. Now, I don't know if there is a lot of inflow and infiltration, which is basically groundwater, stormwater getting into the sanitary system. It does happen a lot when we have older clay pipe. So that, if you guys see a lot of that happening, that's probably something that, one, you could just let us know that this is occurring, but the capacity there is adequate.
Okay. The question I have, is it adequate for our current usage or adequate for the volume of water that we're going to be pumping west for expansion for the travel center and any other growth that's out there?
Did you hear that question?
I think I did. Was it just, can it handle growth?
Well, handle growth, and specifically he asked about the travel center out on the highway. I'm not sure if that, I don't know if they would go into that sewer, but Bob, no, that wouldn't happen. So, yeah, so I guess, could it handle more residential growth down on Corning? There's some.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, the flows that I'm calculating, I'm seeing around 50,000 gallons per day would be a theoretical calculation. And like I said, the 12-inch, it can handle just over 1 million gallons per day. Again, it just doesn't include I&I concerns, so if there are issues, I guess just let us know.
Okay. So you mentioned infiltration. I mean, so if we have infiltration during storm events, you said to let you guys know about that, and what kind of solutions would you offer for something like that?
So a lot of times you would see inflow and infiltration is when the groundwater or stormwater is getting into the sanitary sewer. It gets in through manholes, open lids, joints within your pipe, joints in your barrel sections of your manholes, cross connections from sub pumps from basements, etc. And we've even seen, cross connections where a storm is actually tied onto a sanitary sewer. So those are the causes. If you were to see surcharging of a manhole, basically flow coming out of a manhole or backups in basements, that's going to tell us that we've got issues. So what we would look at doing would probably be doing some flow monitoring. Typically, that's what you look at first. And you compare your dry I'll call it dry weather days to see what your actual flows are. And then you would also look at wet weather flows so you can see, how much groundwater, stormwater is getting into your system. One of the best ways to tackle that is through lining, which is the trenchless repair method that I was talking about earlier. And it basically just puts a brand new pipe within that old pipe without having to excavate.
Okay,
That's it's a really good solution.
so if people notice in a storm event that they're getting sewer water through their basement drains, that's something that we need to let you guys know about, correct? And you can look into
Yes,
that?
I would, yes.
Okay. All right, Troy, are you still there? Troy?
Yes, I'm here.
So, do you agree with her assessment of the age of the sewer pipe, that do you think that we should be fine with it outlasting?
Yeah, I think so. Sewer pipes last a long time, and what she talked about, infiltration inflow, that is something to definitely be aware of, just because I know that if you're in MWRD up north, they make you do annual testing and annual reports for it, but you guys don't have to do that, luckily. So that's something that's a hot topic to make sure you're not having too many of those. Then there's too much flow going to your sanitary or treatment plant. So.
Okay. Any other questions for Aqua representatives?
I've had a couple people asking, when will we expect aqua water? Do they have any kind of a rough idea?
Yeah, did you hear that? The question always, people are asking, when is the turnover going to happen?
We don't have any idea. You're talking about the water,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Yeah, we don't have an estimate on that date.
Okay. Very good.
I do have one other update, though. We are supposed to open bids on the Corning Avenue water main improvement on June 10th. So
Perfect.
I'll update you as we're moving along with that one.
All right. Any other questions? All right, I think that's it. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Any other public comment? If not, we'll move on to reports of committees. The village administrator report.
I don't have a paper report in here until next meeting, but I just wanted to give you a quick update on a status update on 207 Hickory, which is the house that's in litigation, that's unfinished. And I'll be in a status hearing tomorrow morning on that with our attorney, our other attorney, and that'll be a status. Again, we don't know what'll happen. We'll see, but we're just glad it's still in their calendar in these times. But just to give you kind of a review of what's been happening, on February 24th, we filed a motion for demolition. On March 31st, it was set for a hearing in court for that to, see what we could, what the judge would say and if we were going to get a resolution for that. But unfortunately, on March 31st, due to the pandemic, that hearing was continued until June 9th for status, which is what's going to happen tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to appear just to be there with the attorney. We don't anticipate that we'll get any resolution, but we are going to hopefully, we'll ask the judge if he'll make a decision that day, but we don't anticipate that'll happen. But we did, in between that February and today and tomorrow's date, we did meet with the property owner and ask that he complete the property. And unfortunately, he did not. He did not meet those criteria. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with the demolition and ask for, if we're unable to get a resolution tomorrow, we'll go ahead and ask for another hearing date for a demolition hearing. So that's what we're doing with that.
Any other questions? All right, police chief report.
Nothing, sir.
How's, I know we're gonna talk about outside dining a little bit, but how's that been going?
Not too bad. I mean, a couple places, one of the places is gonna make some improvements on the outside, but it's moving along. We haven't had any problems from the facilities.
I would like to compliment the police forces and specifically Chief Mort for handling our supposed civil unrest last week. You know, there was a lot of rumors flying around, and I thought the police department did a nice job of just monitoring the situation and, you know, making sure that nothing crazy happened in town, so appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, Public Works report. Got anything for us?
Just a quick update. IDOT contacted me. They should start the Route 50 ditches regrading this week.
Oh, okay. All along?
All along, clean out the box culvert there by the Sunset Plaza.
Oh, okay,
So that's what I got. So
okay. The flowers downtown look nice. You guys did a nice job with those. All right, Troy, engineers report.
I don't have anything, but I'll talk about West Street and the new business.
Okay.
If there's any questions?
All right. Old business, I guess I just wanted to talk to the Village Hall. Lobby's open now. Any issues with that at all? It seems like it's going well, so.
It's going well, no
Perfect.
issues.
All right, new business, approval of temporary outdoor seating application and indemnification agreements for private property outdoor seating and public outdoor seating. So, Amy and the chief came up with these applications that are in your packet that just gave us a form that the restaurants and bars need to fill out, and just to cover us legally if we're having seating in public areas, we wanted to make sure that we were included on their insurance certificate. Any questions on that at all?
I've got one. This form is really good. It's everything. But I would like to readdress the no outside entertainment portion. I know, for example, Game On in the good weather times, frequently on Sunday we bring in usually a one-man entertainer, not loud music, not crazy stuff. And basically she's expanded a little bit on her outside dining. But to take that venue away, I think is a detriment rather than an asset. People really liked it, and people came from out of town.
Well, I think, so this is for the temporary expanded outdoor dining, so I think if she keeps it in her original beer garden, I think that's fine, right, Chief?
Yeah, she has they have they call it the M license, so they can have the music outside.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, it doesn't apply to this document.
Right.
Perfect. That's all I got.
All right, so if no other questions, I'll need a motion to approve the use of these forms.
I'll motion it.
Second.
Then moved by trustee Maravka, seconded by trustee Jones.
Maravka? Yes. Jones?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
It's hard to do it when you can't see them.
All right, item B is approval of West Street resurfacing project. Troy, you want to give us the update on that?
Yeah. So, really good news that CSO and we applied for West Street resurfacing from Joliet Street to Corning Avenue. It says Garfield in the packet, but it should be to Corning in the limit. So we applied for federal funding through Will County Government Culvert projects, and out of all the resurfacing projects that were applied for, this one ranked second. So that worked out really well. And our strategy of using MFT funds for the design engineering helped as well because it was ready to go. We don't have to wait for federal agreements, which take a long time. So I think that's why they chose it so quickly. So the Will County Governmental League, we applied for 2022 funding for construction, but to fit within their program, they said it either had to be 2021 or later in 2023 or 4. So discussing with Amy, I think we're seeing if it could work for 2021 construction, but that would mean we'd have to start on the engineering quickly to get it on IS letting schedule. So I know the village wanted to use MFT funds for the engineering and for the construction local match. It's a 20% match. So this is just kind of laying out what the cost would be. And I know not everyone has this in front of them, so the initial phase 1 design engineering effort would be about $45,000. And to use MFT funds, we'll have to get an MFT agreement and a resolution. And then as far as the construction in 2021, we were estimating $400,000, that would be funded at 80%. And then the construction engineering combined with that, the total village cost for all the engineering and the construction match is $136,000. And it's my understanding that the village will use MFT funds for this. Is that right, Amy?
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I think we just want to let you know about it and letting you know if we want to do it in 2021, which we can now, we have to get started on it quickly.
Okay. So the project total is going to be about $500,000 and we'll have to spend $136,000. So I think it's a great win for the town to get that street up to par. So any other questions for Troy on this?
Good job, Troy.
So I'll entertain a motion to approve the West Street resurfacing project for hopefully completed in 2021.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Ham, second by trustee Marevka.
Ham,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Marevka,
Yes.
and March.
Yes. All right, item C is an ordinance authorizing approval of a contingent fee professional service agreement with Azavar Audit Solutions. And we have a representative from them. You want to state your name and
Yes.
give us your little presentation?
Thanks so much. I never did a presentation with a mask on before. Thanks for having me. It's my first meeting in 3 months, and I feel they're very thankful that I'm back out. So, my name is Tom Fagan. I'm from Azavar Government Solutions, Audit Solutions. We've been in business since 1996, and have done these audits for it's probably going now on 300 Illinois local governments. I got you surrounded: Beecher, Glenwood, Lansing, Midlothian, Fort Heights, Madison. Staker's approving it next month. Moni, they've all done the program. We strengthen relationships and we bring money back to the municipality in the areas of sales tax, electric, gas, ComEd, NICOR, cable franchise fees. We're making sure that every address within Peatone is being remitted by the utility provider as it should. There's a lot of miscodings that happen, geocoding, not keeping up on annexations. If they misspell a letter, a word in the address, it doesn't come to you. So they're collecting it, but it's going into an abyss. Within the presentation, you'll see, I always go to this one. I have the black and white version, but this is a blown up version of a city in Illinois, the one with the red dots on it. Those were all coded by the provider as unincorporated or not on their rolls at all. So we were able to bring back that revenue into the municipality. And we do it contingency. So if we find nothing, it's a salute to Peatone that ComEd, NICOR, Illinois Department of Revenue is doing what they're supposed to be doing in giving you all the revenue. It doesn't cost you anything. And there's a lot of miscodings that happen at IDOR as well. Case in point, there's a suburb that borders Chicago. You can kind of think on I-55. They had 5 addresses that were coded to Chicago and not that municipality, one of which being a Dunkin' Donuts. Obviously, lots of money back into that municipality. And like I said, we've done it for, over 25 years and have found that much savings. And I just love selling free because if we don't find anything, it doesn't cost you anything. So that's the basis of the program. I just want to give that to you. If you have any specific questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
So is there any retroactive ability, like if you find a business that, sales tax has not been applied, can you?
Correct. So the refunds and credits go back 3 to 4 years, depending on your ordinances. Right now, we're in, Des Plaines was our big client that took ComEd to court for back taxes in '05. They just settled, so now we're getting back taxes from ComEd for all our municipalities now. If you look on the internet and you put as of our in Springfield, Illinois, we found Springfield, Illinois, $980,000 of back cable franchise revenue that was miscalculated by Comcast. So it's all dependent on your TBOR, your tax payer bill of rights, and your ordinances, and we're able to go back 3 to 4 years. We have our own attorneys, Coase and O'Connor, that litigate that for you if need be to go back for those back taxes, so you're not using staff time, your staff time here, or your attorney's staff time. We're working in conjunction. We always want to feel like we're a resource to Peatone instead of a vendor.
So how much of our staff time is necessary to work this program?
It's minimal. So basically, there's a welcome call that Amy would be on with who she would want to be the point person. And we do a checklist of like the bills that we need or any ordinances, any clerical documents that we would need to do the audit, like a GIS or water billing. And then we have librarians that come to the municipality and actually do the scanning of everything. So they need a table, they need a chair, they do their business, and they're out within 4 or 5 hours, and we're starting after we sign the letter of agency and the non-disclosure agreement, and we're off doing our thing. And we give an update every 90 days to Amy and the staff as to where we are in each of the audits. So that's an expectation that we set right off the bat.
It's probably in here somewhere, but what is the exact cost to us?
Thank you.
So if we find, I'm going to give an example. If we find $100, we would share that. I gave Amy the 40% discount because we do have a lot of in this area, especially with getting stay here next month. So it's 60% to Peatone and 40% to Azabar. Now you got to think, when you're thinking of a utility address residentially, it's $2 to $3 an address a month. So that's what we're splitting. We're splitting the $2.50. If it's commercial or industrial, you're dealing with $5 or $10 an address for 36 months. And then in perpetuity, it goes to Peatone after the 36 months.
The 60% does.
The 60% for the 3 years, and then 100% to Peatone. We're out of it after that. We've done the findings. So.
Okay.
So how often do you do these audits? Is it a one-time shot and that's it, or every 3 years, or every 5 years? What do you do?
We've gone back after the 3 years for other municipalities, like River Grove is coming back. Riverdale's going to come back with us. They did it like 7-8 years ago. So we can do it over again for you.
Okay.
We do monitor because that's another thing. Within the utility billing, so they can't give us real-time data, they give us a 24-month average. So that's what we base the bill on. So 123 James Street does $2.50 in a 24-month period, and that's what we would split. And it's in we have about 7 different types of audits that we do under the umbrella, gas, electric, if there's food and beverage, which I don't believe you have food and beverage. We've done amusement tax, the franchise fees, the iDoor sales tax as well.
So do you actually find sales tax that doesn't get?
My case in point where iDoor has it coded to Chicago and not that municipality, and obviously they weren't getting that money, so we're able to give that back. Starting in January 1st of 2021, which is legislation we got passed last session, we are going to be able to look at the sales tax data as a third party. It was passed, and then iDoor said, give us a year, because basically we would sign the reciprocal agreement just like Amy would or the mayor would, and we can help collapse and combine, and then we can get that information even faster to you.
Can you find sales tax information that has just not been paid, not a mistake or something that's miscoded?
Not now, because we don't have line of sight to the actual tax data. We can see if someone that is on your rolls, that is not on iDoor's rolls, that's what we do within our audit, because we're analyzing address for address to make sure that every business iDoor has that you have.
Questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve this agreement for a contingent fee professional service agreement with As of Our Audit Solutions.
Can I ask you a question before?
Yeah, go ahead.
In section 3.4 of the contract, what's this reference to the Illinois date?
Good,
April 30th.
good point. So we added it about a year and a half ago. There was a western suburb that basically came in. The Mayor A lost, Mayor B came in and went, I didn't make this agreement up, so I don't have to pay anymore. And so basically that's why we put that in, so that if there is a switch, that we would be covered as well. So they kind of went, oh, sorry, we can't pay anymore because Mayor B is in now. And so that basically covers us. If there's an issue with that, I can always take that out. I trust you guys, but that's where it spurned from.
Is 60/40 your best deal?
For Lake County, I got 15 communities together and got 37%. So that's the lowest we've gone is 37%.
And you're checking out everything like Comcast, AT&T.
And we're also looking on the payable side for you as well. We found Matson a $42,000 credit on AT&T because they didn't have enough exemptions on the bill. The sales tax was being paid by Matson that shouldn't have been because they're not exempt, of course, things like that. So we look at electric and telecom to see if you're getting the best deal as well. Okay. And those are findings that Amy or the mayor could go, if it's gonna, save us $20, does it really matter? Oh, that's gonna save us $2,000, and that's a different thing.
Right.
You come in on an annual basis and give us a report on how you did for us?
We can. I have no problem with doing that. Amy, the updates that Amy will get with the mayor or whoever she deems will have the savings in each area, but I'd be happy to come. I only live 25 minutes away. I'm in Oak Forest, so straight down 57, so not bad for me. So yeah, I'd love to be back.
Would you have a ballpark, like a town our size, kind of shoot from the hip kind of number?
So, I mean, true. Everybody wants that, but there could be a town. I mean, our biggest client is Cook County. Our smallest probably client in Illinois is Cesar at 1,000 people. We found Cesar about $10,000 in total savings over all the audits. But then you could find a Rockford, which we have Rockford, that didn't produce as much because it was better. So it's all over the board, depending on the municipality. When you go farther down states with Ameren, they are even a bigger offender of miscodings. They miscoded municipalities. Like Effingham miscoded the whole thing.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Well,
Any questions?
If you don't mind, I think we will take you up on the offer to take 3.4 out, and we'll just work it out if it comes to that.
Right. That's fine. I can take that out.
Appreciate it.
I'll send it to you, Amy, tomorrow. Yeah, it was an anomaly, and
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
second.
Moved by trustee Ham, second by trustee Maravka to approve with section 3.4 stricken? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay.
Ham,
yes.
Marevka,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
and March.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening, everybody.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, item D is a resolution establishing a schedule of regular village board meetings. We talked about this briefly last meeting, and what this is going to do, we're going to move our meetings to 6 o'clock, kind of the same schedule, second and fourth Mondays of the month, and we're kind of getting rid of the committee of the whole and kind of just incorporating that into each of our regular meetings. So, any questions on this at all? And I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Been moved by trustee Ham, second by trustee Jones.
Resolution
Oh, what are we?
20R02.
20R02 for this resolution.
Ham,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Marevka,
Yes.
March.
Yes. And a couple of things, while we're talking about the village board meetings, I'm going to be out of town our next meeting, which is the 22nd, so I talked to a few of you, and I'd like to reschedule it to June 29th at 6 PM, and Amy's gonna get that published, correct? If we need to do that. So Mike, do we need to, so can we move our meeting to 6 PM?
Yeah, why don't we do a motion and second to reschedule
Okay.
the 22nd to the 29th at 6 PM, and you should be
Okay.
all set.
Perfect, okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve our next meeting from June 22nd to June 29th at 6 PM.
Motion.
Second.
Then moved by trustee Jones, second by trustee Ham.
Did you say at 6 PM?
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Marevka,
Yes.
and March.
Yes. A couple other items. I would, first of all, Amy passed out the revised committee assignments, the sheet. Maybe you can send Wayne and Pat one as well. I kind of, everybody's on the same committee they were before. I just kind of switched up the chairs a little bit. I would like, we need to have a meeting of the AOC committee, so I'd like Amy and Pat to set that up. There is a meeting of Public Works scheduled. And then Wayne, I put you in chair position for the Police and Public Safety Committee, and that committee has not met in a long time, so I'd like you to have a committee meeting soon as well, okay?
Okay, do you want it yet in June, or when would you like it?
Whatever your schedules allow, you know. Amy can work with you on setting up a date.
Okay.
Let's see.
I have a quick question. Amy,
Yeah.
the June 18th, public works,
That's correct, at 3 o'clock.
Okay. It was great to see the new ice cream shop, the Icebox Creamery, open in town. We had a ribbon cut, the chamber had a ribbon cutting ceremony on Friday, and then looked like they were busy all day Saturday and Sunday. So it's really great to see some, nice development in downtown Peatone, and hopefully we can keep the ball rolling there, so. Anything else? Anybody else have any comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
second.
Moved by trustee Ham, second by trustee Jones.
Ham,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Marevka,
Yes.
March,
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
All right, thank you, guys. We will see you on the 29th.
Amy, was that your idea for this auditor?
No, actually, they came and met with Marcy a while back, but I have worked with them in Elwood a long time ago.
Seems like a great idea. I should think of finding some money.
I'm hoping,
40% margins are pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Shelley, is that 101 Dalmatians, Max?
No, it's my mother-in-law made it for me. It has all the little
Ah,
queens.